A takes? Wow. Now that I did not expect. That I'm actually shocked by.
I mean,
Oh, whoa.
What the?
What was? What?
I think that's like a Hikaru effect or something. Like that move, I cannot explain. That is a mind-bogglingly bad move.
Whoa, this cannot
from a player
work.
of his class.
Actually, sorry. Okay, here we go. This is down. Okay, 2 cams. Let's just play knight f3. Let's focus. Now this is 10-2. There is increment. Keep in mind there's increment, so I have to be really focused here. Okay, where's Parham? Play c5. Okay, I'm gonna play e3 here. Keep it simple. I could have played e4 and gone into a Sicilian, but I'm just not in the mood for a Sicilian. Move the mouse off the board, of course. Knight f6. So if I play b3 g6, we're actually back in the game that Hans is playing against Anish here. See what he does. Plays b6. Interesting. Okay, I don't want to waste too much time in the opening again, because there are going to be times later where we have to make decisions. So I'm going to go g3. It's probably not the best move, but it seems like a move at least. I could have played d4 too, but okay, goes e6. I'll go here. Let's go here. Probably c4 d4 rook d1. Keep it pretty simple. He plays queen c7 and plays c4. I mean, I assume c4 and then I decide d3 or d4, which pawn push. d4 is a move here. Knight c3 is also pretty reasonable. I think I'm just gonna go knight c3. I keep flexibility. I still have 2 pushes with the pawn.
Just took $5 out of Bezos's pocket. Thanks. Goat.
There's rook d8. So he has actually asked me if I'm gonna play d4. Takes rook d5, knight e5, knight d4. Takes rook c1, queen b8. Just a move. I don't know. Rook f d1 looks like the right move, because now on d5 takes. The idea is tier d5. I can probably trade and get away with knight e5, I think, although I'm not actually sure. Okay, it goes rook e8. Excuse me. I can still play d4, but I assume rook c1 is correct. Queen b8 logical. d4. I really want to play d4 here with knight e5. d5 takes. I don't like it, but I think it's correct here. Take and take with the rook, and then takes.
Okay, so we have a fairly symmetrical position. Looks like a slight edge for Hikaru. He's fianchettoed both of his bishops. This is a very typical Hikaru one knight f3 kind of position. No risk. He's got the pressure. I don't like the way Parham has handled it. I mean, it's easy to criticize, but this is not a style. He's worse, and I don't really see anything redeeming about this position for black. I mean, for instance, let's say he takes, right? Is it fair to say that Hikaru will take with the rook? That's a given?
Absolutely.
That's a given.
100%.
So I think a lot of people would look at this and say, well, black has managed to trade white's fianchetted bishop, but there isn't enough fuel for black to actually attack white's king. And white is this very simple plan. Rook cd1, e4. This bishop on b2 is lying in the shadows, waiting to have its moment in the sun. This is unpleasant, Eric, right?
Absolutely. Hikaru has a ton of experience in the structure, and you just get easy free pressure on the d7 pawn without much risk, as you mentioned. It's not like black really has targets, so kind of it allows Hikaru to dictate the pace of the game, and that's not it. If you want to get Hikaru uncomfortable, then you can't let him get in situations like that where he has all the experience and the understanding of how to just push small advantages, wear you down on the clock, and then come out with a knockout punch when you're finally running for the hills. So
this is a tough spot here. I have to come up with the right moves. If I take take. Bishop c6, e4, queen b7. I don't like that. Take bc6. e4, e5. That's not right. Knight e4 right away, maybe? No. Actually, know what I'm supposed to play here. I don't want to think too long. I'm just gonna play queen f1. I don't know if it's a good move or not, but it's just a safe move to guard the bishop. I mean, it's probably not the right move objectively, but I don't know what else I was supposed to do there. So I think I'm gonna go like knight ce2. But then, no, I've misplayed this. Oh, I guess I'll just go here and take and no, probably this was a mistake. I should have just probably here. I should have just gone rook d2 and rook d1. That would have made much more sense in this. Still maybe slightly better though for me. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why did I not just go? Why did I not just go rook d2, rook d1? Because if rook d2, queen a8, then I can play queen f1 and he's wasted tempo. But here I've just I wasted this move when I could have the double stack. Very poor. I still should pre-move this. It's still a good pre-move. See what he does. Plays h5. Now that's a little bit bold. That feels really wrong to me somehow. I don't know. That just doesn't seem right. I mean, he can go h4, but h5 really feels a little bit strange. It just does not look right to me at all. I really don't understand this move. I mean, like, yes, he can play h4, but knight f3. This doesn't. Feels like my opponent. It feels like Parham's being he's being a little bit impatient here with his approach. He goes knight e5, which is fine. But first of all, I have f4 here, which is a very reasonable move. The question is whether I want to play f4 or not. That's the big question. If I go f4, knight g4, queen e2, what is this move exact? Or f4, knight g4, rook e1. Oh wait, f4, knight g4, rook e1. It's a safe move to play. It's a safe move to play, but at the same time, h3 is also a safe move. The right approach. I think h3 is correct. I think this is just correct. So I can play f4 and there's no knight g4. I suspect that I probably had something that was much better than this, honestly, but it's what it is. Okay, now I should probably go f4. There's no knight g4. There's knight g6, which I also don't like at all. Wants bishop c5. King h2 does give him h4, so I don't really love that. I can also just trade and play queen g2 for the end game. Then he has d5, f5. Yeah, I think or f. But whatever. Let's just trade and play a slow end game here. Yes, g2. He goes queen b8, which I'm actually very surprised by. The thing is, I can play g4 here to start attacking. You can also go knight e4, which is probably the Magnus style move. Knight e4 is definitely a Magnus kind of move, and I actually kind of like it. Look, bishop f6, knight f3 takes d. I mean, this looks, but bishop f6, knight f3 takes knight e7. And not so simple. I don't want to spend too much time. e4 is also a very critical move here too. But e4, h4, that doesn't look right. g4 takes c5. G4 takes e5, knight f5, bishop c5. Knight a4. Knight e4, knight f4. Takes. I know, I gotta trust my instinct. I think this is right, so I'm gonna do it. I gotta trust my instinct here. I mean, I just feel like he's being too passive with his approach. And again, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like he's being too passive, and there's just too much space in the center. I mean, I have extended a little bit with the pawns, maybe more than I would like to, but I don't know. It's just this h5 just somehow it doesn't feel right. I feel like I need to punish this move. An e4 h4 e5 knight h5. I don't think that was right, so whatever. Let's see. He's thinking for a long time here. Other thing is he has to be very careful that I can't open up threats on this like king side as well. I mean, this game's going to come down to two things. It's going to come down to, can he get a break in the center before he gets squeezed like a grape on the king side? If he can get his central break here, one of these breaks, he probably will be okay in the game. If he can't get a break in and I'm able to start pushing him back, he's probably going to lose without too much resistance. And also, this is the classic hedgehog setup. So because this is a hedgehog here, and I should actually be careful so I don't make a mouse so he moves while I'm talking. It's a hedgehog, so as you see, white has a lot more space. Normally the rule of thumb is that if you have a lot less space like Parham does here, you look for two things. You look to trade pieces, or you look for pawn breaks like d5, b5, e5. There obviously are no ways to trade off knights or bishops here. So normally the general thinking is that you're looking for pawn breaks when you have a lot less space. Those two things, piece trades or pawn breaks when you have much less space. So all right, he's using a lot of time here. I mean, he's looking for something here. Like it is a very critical moment in the game. I will say that, very critical. Let's see what he does.
And Hikaru building up a kingside attack, which is a turn I didn't think that this game would take.
He's played so many games in this structure, and he's kind of put his pieces on the optimal squares. Queen g2, pretty standard idea. I'm looking at the clock and I'm concerned. You can't be down 2 minutes against Hikaru, and also just lacking space, and black still doesn't have a long-term plan. We still don't see like the d7 pawn moving to d5. We don't see the b6 pawn moving to b5. That grip, that Marozzi bind with the c4 pawn is still intact, and that just ensures Hikaru gets just a long-term opportunity to build his position up.
But the thing is, you know, d5 and b5 are both now on the table, and Hikaru needs to act now on the king side. So I'm thinking f5, g5. G5 to me looks like the most tempting move, although that does lock up the king side just a little bit, might give black a respite. So what catches your eye here for white?
Well, yeah, now the threat is maybe bishop c3 and a d5 or b5, because there could be some c-file pressure. So I'm honestly looking at moves like taking on h5 and like queen g5, trying to see if there's something I can force through where I don't want to mess up my pawn structure, but if I can bring my queen up and maybe push the h-pawn with it to kick away the g6 knight, and then I can get something on the a1 to h8 diagonal. I'm looking at g5 that you suggested, or g takes h5, because otherwise what else can we push?
Yeah, I gotta trust my instincts. I think this has to be the right move. Oh my gosh, he's got rook c5. Oh, he's got rook c5, which I completely forgot about. Oh wait, no, maybe I have f5. I have f5 still, but stupid, very stupid by me. Now I messed this up. Shoot. Rook c5, f5. Wait, no, wait. Here, rook c5. Wait, no, I have f5. Knight f6. Should have played f5 first. So stupid by me. So stupid. Well, I still have... I'm gonna go for it.
Wait a minute. There's the idea of queen g3, which could come at a very inconvenient moment for white and trade queen. So knight h4 catches my eye here.
For sure. It could just be played and you can't stop it, right?
It could wipe out white's attack, and that's why I want to put the knight on h4, because queen g5 is indeed met with queen g3. Will Parham hang his hat on that idea, I think it's actually might be the only move. Because knight e5 gives white sort of carte blanche on the king side. I mean, rook f1 and f6. I don't think Parham is going to survive that. Let's see if he finds it.
I think he definitely sees it. The way he's calculating right now, I mean,
oh, whoa,
what
I
think that's like a Hikaru effect or something. Like that move I cannot explain. That is a mind-bogglingly bad move.
Whoa, this cannot
from a player
work.
of his class.
Alexa, not now.
That's a time to stretch. Thought he saw tactic here. Yeah, you thought he was winning a piece or something. Double tack on c3 f5. Rook d5 is out.
How do you miss that? That's
no, this is like
a
I think
kindergarten
this is the
level.
Hikaru effect. Like this is not missing that against us.
Because I guard. This is guarded. I mean, I think he just missed rook d5. Because now I get knight e4 and D's knights start jumping all over the board. Knight e4 and I think I'm actually winning here. I think he just made a huge blunder. He thought he was actually winning material here. He thought that both pieces are under attack. But I think I'm winning. Keep the mouse off the board so no mouse slips. Yeah, he very clearly missed rook d5. And now he actually has a problem that his knight on the rim, I can fossilize him with knight h6 at some point. But even just knight e4, knight g5, or knight d6, yeah, I'm going to win this game, I think. That's a huge blunder by Parham. Huge blunder. I'm very lucky that he blundered. Yeah, I go knight e4, of course. Now I also have knight g5. I also have queen f3. I mean, this looks terrible, but how do I prove? Oh, I also have knight h6. Knight d6 he just takes. Wait a second. There's got to be a win here for me somehow. Queen f3, is it knight g5? I mean, knight g5 and D's knights are so powerful. But, or maybe just queen g4. Queen f3 looks good too. I don't want to burn too much. I've got what, 230, 226. Okay, queen f3, knight f6 takes. Rook e8, knight g5. I don't actually know which square is better. I mean, they both look so dominating. Queen g4 feels right somehow though. Yeah, I think queen g4 is right. Because knight g5 is a huge threat. I just win the knight and he just made it in one. I mean, I don't know which square is better. Whatever. Computers can tell me after the game. But queen g4 looks like it looks better, although I mean maybe there's no difference. Maybe both queen moves just win. The only difference is on knight f6 here. I do have to take because my queen's under attack. If I go queen f3, knight f6, I don't have to. Oh, queen f3 is better because on queen f3 I can go knight here, queen 6 takes, and queen 8. Although he can take with a pawn anyway. Maybe not so clear. Still, it all should be good. Whatever. It all should be good. I just don't know what his move is to counteract this knight g5. Although I just realized he can play knight f4, which of course I did not even see. So I think queen f3 was a better move. Still pretty confident queen f3 was the right move, but whatever. This all should be winning. I'm up a minute on the clock. Yeah, he does play knight f4, but now I have knight g5 in between, but he gets knight d5 and I still feel stupid. I go ef4, queen e4. I don't have any way to win. Yeah, I should have gone to f3 because I mean this is still winning, but
Back to underscore just took
let's go
$5 out of Bezos's pocket. Thanks. Nakamura spam.
Here?
Nakamura spam.
Yeah, the key here is I think I have queen h5 and I think I have a beautiful checkmate. Let's think for a second. Queen h5, bishop c5, check. No, queen h5. Wait, is queen h5 just mate? I mean, D's knights are so strong. Okay, I don't want to blitz out a move. So if I go queen h5, queen e3, I just take. Queen h5, knight f6, I just take. Moves the bishop. Wait a second. Okay, let's think. Okay, because if I'm right, this is lethal. If I'm right, this is just lethal. So queen h5, knight f6, I just take. Queen e3, I just take. Moves the other knight he's made. Yeah, I think it's lethal, unless I'm missing something. I think this is just lethal. Knight f6, I just take and he gets mated in one. I just don't see how he stops it because the bishop's in the way of the knight back. Let's move the mouse off the board. No mouse slips. Queen e3, knight e3 is game. Knight f6 I just take. Queen f5 I just made. Yeah, this is just lethal. This is lethal. Well, should be game. Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah, this is lethal. Yeah, this is just game over. He's down to 20 seconds. Okay, so now the first thing is, okay, I don't want to get flagged, by the way. That'd be really tragic. Wait, I can even probably take and win, but there's no need to be silly here. Okay. I don't even know which one's whatever. Let's just take and go check. Blocks. I mean, I can even take with the rook here. I mean, that feels like a bit much, actually. Why do I want to do that? No, but whatever. Let's just do it. This looks good. I mean, everything's guarded here. Yeah, and he's also getting mated in one. I mean, these knights. Checkmate. That's a nice one. Nice smother checkmate. I think we start right away, by the way. So, yeah, it's a smother checkmate. And both cams are up, and away we go. All right, so he plays d4, so I'm going to be solid, of course. Go e6. I'm going to play the Catalan. Okay. Both cams are up, right? Yeah, 2 cams are up. Okay. All right, and away we go. Let's take. Let's focus.
And Parham better have something up his sleeve here, because Hikaru, to my knowledge, has never lost a game in this line. It is incredibly drawish, and you need some heavy-duty preparation if you are to generate winning.
Parham might have prep, because he prepared 30 moves when I played him a couple weeks ago. The entire game was prepared in an open Spanish. But even if he is really well prepared here, as you mentioned, Hikaru is well prepared and he has experience. So it'd be surprising if Parham gets anything substantial here against Hikaru.
So still
And
games in this position.
It's a forcing line, relatively forcing. So if you don't come up with an idea or a push, it quickly fizzles out to a dead draw. So this could be pretty soon.
The only way that white gets an edge here, either you win the C pawn, right? Because if the C pawn is traded for the B pawn, you might as well sign the piece of chords. Or if you can get black to take with an E pawn, for instance, if you get this position, you could make a claim that white is better. You get the D4 square, pawn is weak. You have the 2 bishops. So obviously white's not risking, but I'm not buying it, Eric. I don't see Hikaru losing here.
I agree with you there. And Parham's already thinking, which means he's kind of out of his knowledge base, or he's in his knowledge base and he recognizes that everything leads to a draw here. And that can be a very depressing thought and feeling. So I will say I don't like the opening choice for a must-win game.
Agreed completely. And we will monitor Parham's attempts to win on demand. For now, let's see what Dmitry Andreikin has cooked up in his must-win situation with the black pieces. Unsurprisingly, it is a Sicilian. And many years ago, my coach, the common advice is that when you need a draw, you play for a win, right? If you modify your style, that's the best way to lose a game, in which you're satisfied for a draw. And that's exactly what Noterbeck is doing, going straight for the open Sicilian.
I'm hearing there might be a disconnect right now, Danya.
Oh, Hikaru?
Can we check the Hikaru game for a moment?
Yes, we can.
But the thing about this is you have 9 minutes to reconnect, right? It's not like those situations where if you aren't present for a minute, you flag. So I think either way, he's
back,
able to reconnect. Yeah.
That fiber internet coming in handy.
Yes.
He has 94. He's got 90, knight f6, 94 maybe.
94 maybe.
94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. 94 maybe. That's his idea. Okay, so that's his idea. So let's just focus here.
RCW 7532 just subscribed.
I'm very close to being completely fine. I just have to be a little bit careful with how I play this.
Serenity 10 of 10 just took $5 out of Bezos's pocket.
Rook C. I think Rook C8 must be correct, so I can just take. This is really bummer. This is really bringing me down today. Oh, did I also just have knight? Wait, no, knight before he just takes. I guess this is really a bummer. Really bringing me down. Okay, so he takes. So of course I take. Goes knight d2 logical. C3. Why does c3 not just draw? Wait, doesn't c3 just draw here? Because the rook's guard. Wait, c3, knight b3, queen b4, rook c1. Huh. c3, knight b3, queen. Wait, c3, knight b3, queen c7, maybe. c3, knight b3, queen c7, bc3, queen c3. Takes rook d1, rook c8. No, rook d1, knight c6 also. Yeah, I think c3 is fine. Let's just do it. I think he might have forgotten that I'm guarding. Oh, that's a bad move. I missed rook c1. Wait, but I have queen a6 maybe? I'm very lucky I have queen a6. Because now I guard every... He can still take, but at least I get a pawn, but... Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. I'm still okay, though. I'm still okay. I'm still in the game. In fact, maybe I'm not even worse here, honestly, because I can always just go knight c6 and these knights guard each other, and they blockade the pass pawn. Got to keep it together and not let everything rattle me too much here. I think I'm fine, though. I think I'm completely fine here. I don't think I can lose this position. I mean, at least I can't lose it if I play good moves. Using a lot of time here. I think he missed queen a6. I mean, I also missed rook c1. I was very lucky I have queen a6. Plays bishop f3. Reasonable move. I mean, he has to win this game. So, but queen a6. No, rook d. No, but I mean, this has to be okay. I mean, if this isn't okay, then it goes c4, which seems slightly weird. I have knight f5. I also have knight c6 and knight e5 looks completely fine for me. I don't know. This looks pretty obvious because now I blockade the pass pawn. I have multiple jumps. Maybe queen a3 was better first, but whatever. Who cares? Maybe knight d7 was actually better to blockade because then I have also e5. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if these squares are better than these squares. Who knows? Who cares? Just play chess.
Parham is not doing the greatest job of generating winning chances here. He's not even close.
I would lose this to Hikaru because he's going to get the knights on dangerous squares.
Yeah,
like
yeah, knight d4, knight f5, knight d2, knight d4.
Yes.
Somehow he just coordinates
Yeah, the
beautifully.
pass pawn, but it gets blockaded easily. So
that's another thing. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a passer to like c7 in the middle game, or two passers they'll be on d6 and c7. Somehow they're magically blockaded and they never go anywhere.
Yeah, Hikaru's really good at blockading. It's a very, very good at understanding how to do that and when it's good and when it's not, and just playing around it and luring you into a false sense of security. The pass pawn is not an asset when you play Hikaru. So it's just like you expend all your resources pushing it and you just get tricked somewhere else.
So does he take on f3 here is the question. This is a
what
big
about
decision.
Maybe just knight ef5, and then you can prepare moves like, I don't know, queen a5 next, for example.
Yeah, and you can't move the bishop, so you have this on tap whenever you
It's
want it.
unpleasant, right? You have so many loose pieces here as white.
White's worse.
You have to expend a lot of energy there.
But this was a half-hearted winning attempt by Parham. It did not seem like he had serious preparation in this line, to be completely honest.
No.
And
So,
you can't. It's understandable.
What's a line that
you're playing
Hikaru knows really well, and he has to work on it for his candidates in OTB. I mean, that's one of the lines he really knows well. Like,
Right.
has to know well. And he's probably more warmed up there. But yeah, that's as I said, preparation is going to be a factor today. People take these rapid games very seriously. You're going to see professional openings, and this is going to be a very professional hold by Hikaru, from what I'm expecting here.
Yeah, I mean, he can probably the annoying thing is that knight f3 meets with queen takes f3, and this endgame is drawn. But will Hikaru go for this? I mean, maybe there's an inkling of hope for white due to the passer. I don't think so, though. It's total blockade. It's a dead draw. I think Hikaru's going to go for this, and
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah, I don't
Because
think
why not? Why seek adventures, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna take with the queen. Okay, I'm surprised by that move. I did not expect that. Do I have a way to play for more than just trading? Probably not. I think I should actually just trade. Yeah, I should just trade and go here. I mean, if I can lose this endgame, then more power to Parham, because I really should never lose this. Just go f6. I did allow knight d2. That was a little bit careless. Still fine. Knight here, knight d7. Let's go here. I have knight d7, d4. Maybe just h5, maybe h6 and f5. Yeah, this looks fine because I have f5 here. f4, okay, that doesn't really scare me all that much. I think knight d7. This is very close to being a draw. I just have to be precise for like 2 or 3 moves, and this will be a draw. Knight d3, rook d4 takes, rook c4. Knight d3, rook d4, no. Knight d7, rook d4, f5. Yes, this looks fine. f5 is a very critical move. f5, knight d6 takes. f5 takes, he loses the c pawn, it's an easy draw. Okay, there we go. There we go. This should just be an immediate draw now. Unless he has an in-between move, because I still can't take. But I think f5 just draws the game on the spot. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm pretty confident that it is. I also have rook c... Actually, why don't I just go rook c7? c6? No, there's no need to gamble here. Just make the draw, and that's life. Yeah, just make the draw and don't gamble. I gambled against Wesley, and it cost me almost very dearly. No, it did cost me. Sorry, I lost to Wesley in that game. Like I didn't take the pass pawn on d7 when that would have drawn last week in the RCC, and I lost that game. So it's like, why do I want to gamble here? There's just no good reason to gamble. So yeah, I'm gonna draw this game now. I'm pretty confident. I don't see any what it takes. I take. Yeah, but I mean this. Actually, I can even go rook c6, I guess. Yeah, this is very simple. I just go king f8 next move. Yeah, no mouse slips. Yeah, this is okay. I saved the draw. This is gonna be a draw. Yeah, there we go. Good draw. Good save. Did I play this right or not? Oh, apparently I didn't play this right. Takes. Bishop d2 and white's better. I'm still actually worse here. Wow. But knight d2 is a blunder. You should play rook d1 and it says 0.8. Wow, this is 0.8 for white. How bizarre. How bizarre indeed. Whatever. It's still a draw. We advance to the semis. Okay.